Okay, why hello there everyone. So we got a Project L video. They just randomly dropped it this close to the Game Awards, which is really weird because I was expecting that if we were going to get any kind of Project L news around now, it would be at the Game Awards, but I guess it's because it's not really a trailer per se. These are dev vlogs, and Game Awards probably only wants to show trailers back to back, not a nigh 7-minute long dev vlog. So in this case, we get more information, which is great. And before I hit play and start pausing and playing and pausing and playing, analyzing this whole thing, I just wanted to say, since this is the first video this is my first video since getting 1,000 subscribers on this channel, might as well say thanks for the 1K subs. And additionally, you might have noticed that there was a slight name change from Tanuki Tail to Tanuki Tussle. And the reason for that is that I wanted to make the name a bit more obviously evocative of fighting games, because Tanuki Tail could mean anything, whereas Tanuki Tussle more specifically is related to fighting, at least a little bit. And I really wanted to do that since starting my Gundam channel, Tanuki Type, because since starting that channel, I honestly thought that channel was going to get 1K subs first because of how much faster it's been growing. And the whole reason is because that channel has much more of a returning audience because it's so much more specific in the niche that it's focused on. And so I wanted to make sure I sort of prepared this channel after getting the 1K subs to be a bit more evocative of fighting games, like I said, especially before Street Fighter 6 comes out, because when Street Fighter 6 comes out, I really want to go ham on that game. And so at that point, I probably will be getting more of a returning audience. So anyways, with all that said, thanks again for the 1K subs, and let's start watching. That's some new art, right? I was going to say movie Vi. That is Arcane Vi, right? Maybe? I'd have to go back and look. That's Game Jinx though, so maybe not. Ari. I don't think we're going to be getting any new character reveals in here. In the YouTube description, it says, executive producer Tom Cannon and game director Sean Rivera give an in-depth look at Project L's gameplay and tag systems and an update on Illaoi. So I think they're going to just explain the gameplay and then maybe show a little bit of Illaoi gameplay. But I already have a video that I recorded talking about my impressions and analysis of what they were saying when they announced Illaoi. So you guys can go watch that as well on the channel.
Hi everyone, this is Tom from the Project L team. I'm back with our second promised update this year. Our last two updates focused on the big picture. We're a free-to-play tag team fighter set in the universe of Runeterra. I know at this point you're probably itching for some details. So this time, we're going to send the year off right with a deep dive into some of our core
Okay, this is what I've been waiting for.
First, here's a quick update.
Oh, they're doing the update on Illaoi first. I'm predicting, before they go more in depth with the mechanics, just based on what they've already said and shown, I'm thinking it'll probably be more similar to MVCI, at least in terms of its tag system compared to anything else, because they haven't confirmed 4-player yet, have they? Like 2 players versus 2 players? I don't think they've actually confirmed it yet. It's only been theorized because of them having dedicated servers, right? That makes it seem, okay, maybe it's going to be more than just peer-to-peer, just 2 people connecting peer-to-peer, right? And so if they are going to do 2 players versus 2 players, which would be amazing, then the MVCI tag system is definitely the best thing to base that on, because not only does it just lend itself better to that than something like MVC3, but there was also a rumor going around. I think it might have just been a rumor, but it might have also been based on maybe some sort of data mine, not explicitly finding this in the data mine, but just finding some things in the code that were maybe inferring that they were going to update it with a 2v2 mode. And that would have been amazing, right? But obviously, if that rumor was true, then it would have happened after they pulled the plug. Well, not that they were planning on pulling the plug, but them pulling the plug would have happened shortly before they would have added the 2v2 mode, which is a shame, right? But the game should have launched with it. Anyways, let's see Illaoi.
We revealed Illaoi.
So yeah, we saw the official art already, the concept art.
Illaoi was in the initial DNA phase of development. For designers,
I think that's a new render.
Artists explore concepts for the character's visuals, thematics, and overall kit design.
Same with that.
In the past few months, the team has taken Illaoi from concept to an early playable form.
Oh, okay.
Illaoi is now live in our internal playtests. With this early draft of...
I called it. I said, in addition to what they were describing her as maybe she could be some kind of cool setup and trap character with the tentacles.
Model and kit. What you're seeing here is about 30%
I want to go back here. I'll let this play and then I'll go back and pause it frame by frame.
complete. Right now, the team is focused on fully realizing her combat fantasy as a big body brawler and narrowing in on the mechanics of her tentacle attacks.
Normals look pretty good.
Meanwhile, the art team continues to work on her model, animations, sound, and VFX.
I bet there are a lot of bugs related to the tentacles that you'd have to fix. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, I really thought that this would be at the Game Awards, not only because of that being an actual platform, but Arcane got nominated for Best Adaptation of the Year. And that's probably going to win. And if Arcane won that category, that would be really good timing for them to show a Project L update as one of the Riot people accepts the award, right?
Concept to an early.
Okay, so button. Button. That looks like a single button, but 2 hits on a single button, right? Maybe it's cancelable. Maybe it's a command normal. Dash. That might be a launcher, but she didn't really get launched that high. But I think it's maybe because the air stuff in this game isn't as high in the air as something like MVC. But it looks as if she got comboed into that. But when did that tentacle spawn? Maybe it's part of that move, or maybe it was already out and she had to press a button to have it spawn. Let's see it. Is it already on the ground? It's not. Oh, there, now it spawns. So they might have just scripted this to show something, like show an example of something you can do, but I'm thinking that was way too convenient, so that might actually be a move that spawns a tentacle. I guess that would make more sense if that's her launcher, right? Because that actually did launch her higher. The Jinx model looks really good. I'd have to go back and look at the initial gameplay reveal. I remember saying that before, but I think she looks even better now. She actually has facial expressions. Before, none of the 3D models had facial expressions. They just were the 3D models, and the faces were static. So, yeah, this is updated for her. You can tell Jinx looks better than Illaoi because Jinx was made first, and they've been updating her. Is that an EX? I'm thinking that's an EX because of the color highlight. That might be an overhead. Comboed into the tentacle.
What you're seeing here is about 30% complete.
Button, button, button. That might be an overhead. That looks like a Hulk move. The pose.
Right now,
I think that's a command normal. So I think she did like light, medium, heavy into command normal into launcher. I think that's the combo route they just did. That might be representative of how the combo routes work in the game in general. Into EX. Into another attack, into a jump. That kind of looks like a Hulk move as well, but obviously this is probably going to have like a big tentacle hitbox. Yeah, that's the spike. OTG. Wait, was that the same move that she OTG'd with, or is that a new move? No, that's a new move because she was in the air. Unless she, like, specifically jumped in the air first, but I doubt you would need to do that for an OTG.
Meanwhile, the art team...
I wasn't even paying attention to the map. This looks like Ionia. I'm remembering the name. The place where Master Yi is from, the place where all of the Asian-looking stuff is from.
Of her tentacle attacks. Meanwhile, the art team continues to work on her model, animations, sound, and VFX. She's still got a lot of work to be done, and that means it's time to talk about our big update for today, Project L's gameplay.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Unconquerable Rivera, Game Director and Gameplay Design Lead for Project L, and I'm here to talk you through some of our core gameplay principles. We want to create a game where you can have fun right away, while also rewarding you for the time you spend mastering it.
Darius looking good.
Is making sure our champions have fast, powerful abilities, look really sick.
They have definitely done something with the lighting to make it look better. Makes it look a little bit more stylized, a bit more dramatic lighting, which I'm a fan of. So before, we saw this exact cinematic thing. We saw this exact cinematic super from Darius before. But like I said, the lighting is a bit more contrasty, which I'm a fan of.
These look really sick while doing them and are even more powerful when paired with flexible systems. Gameplay that has quick, fluid movement at its core is extremely important to us. We believe there are a ton of opportunities for player expression and mastery through how you move. In Project L, you can walk, run, dash, chain dash, jump, long jump, and super jump.
Okay, let me make sure I understand what each of these are. Yeah, walk, run, dash. When they say chain dash, they just mean you can like dash into dash. Maybe plink.
Dash, jump, long jump.
Was that like a short hop? It doesn't look like a full-on jump. That seems pretty low for a legit jump, right? Unless, again, they just have things a lot more grounded in this game.
Dash, chain dash, jump, long jump, and super jump.
Oh, long jump. That must have been a long jump. So that's kind of like a short hop. Like a hyper hop, more specifically. It's weird. Ever since playing KOF, ever since getting used to KOF, whenever I play a game that doesn't have short hops in it, it feels weird.
Jump. And on top of that, many champions have their own unique air mobility options.
Yep, that's cool. That's like Darkstalkers. So she has an air dash. I don't know if we know if air dashing is universal.
Putting your champ in the
That was a cross-up.
place at the right time is a skill that you can gradually get better at over time.
That is such a slow projectile. That's going to be so good.
We also want to incentivize action. This means making sure that your offense
Oh, nice wall bounce.
is rewarding and that your buttons are worth pressing. Plus, we think this makes playing and watching more exciting.
I'm going to go back over here and analyze what the characters are doing.
We want you to have powerful buttons which are useful in a number of ways, while also giving you the tools you need to defend against them. We have a mix of big, clear defensive options and some more nuanced systems that reward you for reading your opponent's next move. Those are just some of the basics, but I've still got more to
Okay.
go into.
They didn't really say anything super specific here, just design philosophy in general.
Plus, the options.
Okay, so it started with Ari here.
Long jump and
No, it started with Darius and
Project L.
Echo.
You can walk.
Darius is looking so good, but if that one leak is true, you know that it's weird calling it a leak, but there was a survey that was given out somewhat recently, and it was asking for players' opinions on specific characters from League of Legends, and it was like a list. I think it was a list of about 16 or 15 characters, and the fishy thing about it is that every character that's been announced for Project L so far was included in that list, and the remainder of the characters were all characters that you could easily imagine being in a fighting game, except for Karma. I will say that Karma is a really weird pick because I can't imagine her kit being easily translatable into a fighting game, nor is she very popular. So that was the weird one. But anyways, that list had Set and Blitzcrank on it. So Set would obviously be the premier grappler, so I would be maining him. But for my other character, if Blitzcrank is in it, that would be so funny because Blitzcrank would probably be a grappler character as well, because pretty much all he is a walking Q, right, with his grab. That's like his defining ability. But I think it would be really weird putting him in a fighting game because aside from him just grabbing people and then knocking them up and then pressing his ult, I don't really know how you would give him a developed enough moveset in a fighting game, right? So maybe they'd have to invent a lot of things for him. But either way, if he's in the game and he has the long-range grab, my team would definitely have to be set into Blitzcrank. But anyways.
Run, dash, chain.
This is them showing the basic. That must be the long jump. I'm assuming that's the long jump. It's kind of like a short hop, right?
Jump, long jump, and super jump. And on top of that, many champions have their own unique air mobility options.
Doing some air dashes. I'm pretty sure this is an actual attack. I wonder if she can Tiger Knee that. That would be good. That looks like it might be an instant overhead. Although it has some startup when she does the spin. So maybe it wouldn't be instant, but it would still be kind of hard to react to. Still be a mix-up. That's a cross-up. These normals look pretty big.
That you can gradually get better at over time.
These standard combo routes, it looks like.
To incentivize action. This means making sure that your offense.
Hold on, did Echo air dash for that?
We also want to incentivize.
That doesn't look like an air dash.
We also want
That looks like a double jump almost. Because he doesn't really go horizontal. He arcs a little bit, and it looks too slow for an air dash.
action. This means making sure that your offense is rewarding and that your buttons are worth pressing.
Echo combos look really
I
cool.
think this makes playing and watching more exciting.
And he's not even doing any of the time winder stuff here.
We want you to have powerful buttons.
Is that Jinx's run?
We want you to have
That's
powerful
funny.
buttons which are
Maybe it's her
useful in
walk.
a number of ways, while also giving you the tools you need to defend.
What was
against
that?
useful in a number of ways, while also
The hammer? I don't know what that hammer's based on.
giving you the tools you need to defend against them. We have a mix of big, clear defensive options.
To analyze that tag.
We have a mix of big
Okay, he just called in the Jinx tag, right?
against them.
He didn't tag in.
We have
Or
a
assist, I mean.
mix of big,
So in that sense, it is like in VC3, more so than Infinite.
clear defensive options and some more nuanced
Unless he was already playing Jinx.
defensive options and some more nuanced systems that reward have powerful buttons which are useful in a number of ways, while also giving you the tools you need to defend against them. We have a mix of
No, he called in the assist.
big, clear defensive options and
That was a huge push block. Look at that. That must be what they're referring to when they say defensive
we
options.
have a mix of big, clear defensive options.
That's a... I think that's a little much, don't you think? That is, like... It didn't even return you to neutral. That didn't even return you. It just put you in full screen distance. And for a zoner like Ari, that seems a little too strong.
Options and some more nuanced systems that reward you for reading your opponent's
It looked like it could be a cross-up as well. She went to the other side.
next move. Those are just some of the basics, but I've still got more to cover today. We were originally developing Project
Oh, are they announcing it? 2v2?
where 2 champions enter and 1 emerges victorious. But around 2 years ago, we made the pivot to a tag team.
Oh, they're talking about non-tag game.
Systems are deep and flexible, aimed at helping you unlock your creativity. They work in
Ooh, that was a cool assist combo.
allowing 2 champion teams to take down opponents together. We really felt like it gave us more space to create hype moments where our champions could live up to their fantasies. And I mean, who doesn't love a good team fight?
Area stuff we've seen already. That might be armored, the tackle, because he glowed blue. I would say EX, but we've already seen Illaoi do what's maybe an EX, and she glowed green. So either Illaoi's move is an EX, and this isn't, or they're both like super armor, right? And each character has their own color for super armor, but that kind of stuff, you typically want that to be a universal color. I'm assuming that's armor. And it makes more sense for a tackle to be armored, right? What was that? Also, I'm liking the screen shake. MVCI, the screen shake in MVCI wasn't as much it wasn't as much in MVCI as it was in MVC3, and I think it was definitely noticeable. Because even though I think MVCI is a better designed game, MVC3 definitely has better presentation, obviously, right? Better game feel in general. Just at a surface level. That must be the active tag. Yeah, so it's like, if I'm even using that term correctly, it's like Power Rangers tag, right? You call in and you have them do the assist, and at any point during the assist, you can become them. But what's weird is that it looks as if it canceled the attack animation. So you could do you could probably turn any kind of assist into a hit confirm, into any kind of combo, right? That seems a little crazy. See, look at that. That's crazy. They're canceling the assist. Huh. Okay, there's no way that was an armor move, but she highlighted, like, she glowed as well for this. I'm thinking that must be some kind of Ari-specific buff, or maybe it is an EX. That doesn't strike me as an EX move, though, so I don't know. Is the charm a command throw? It is. I was going to say, oh, but can you combo into command throws? But I don't think that was an actual combo, because at this point, he's blocking again. So that is a command throw, which is nice. I kind of wish it showed what happened afterwards because I'm curious if you can combo after command throws. Might have actually been a regular throw, honestly. But either way, I wanted to see if you could combo after throws like in Power Rangers. Dang. Was that an edit? Because I don't really see Darius spawn in for the assist. He just appears green here. I'm guessing the colors here, like spawning in green. Actually, I think what happened because when he was using Ari as an assist and then canceled the assist to take control of Ari, she glowed green. So I'm thinking what might be happening here is he's calling in Darius as an assist, but he is canceling the assist instantly, like on frame 1. On frame 1, he canceled the assist into a jump. And so that must be why he's glowing green and jumping instantly as soon as he spawned in. That's crazy. Okay, so that was kind of a high air combo. Again, let's see if that's indicative of anything. Because between Ari and Darius, neither of them really use particle effects that are green, right? So I'm thinking it must be indicative of some kind of universal mechanic. What's happening here again? Ari's trying to open them up. Okay, so she did an overhead. She did an overhead with the assist to schmix them. So that's the assist attack from Echo. Do they let it hit? That time you saw the green, but the move continued. So maybe you have to input something else during the flash effect in order to actually cancel it. I don't know. This one's a little weird. Well, it's showing a hit effect, so maybe Echo actually is hitting her, even though it doesn't look like it. No, that's Ari. Okay, so the assist actually isn't hitting them. They're actually getting opened up by the overhead. Oh, no, then it looks as if Echo hits. So he cancels the second hit. It's really hard to tell what's going on here, like with all of these character models overlapping each other. And then it looks as if Darius does a breaker, which is green. Wow, that takes up a huge portion of the screen. It's weird that the breaker is also green. But I guess their logic might be anything that interrupts something is a green effect, right? So a breaker, combo breaker, interrupts the combo, flash green. Tagging in with the assist interrupts the actual attack animation, flash green. Well, that's cool. You can kick the trap. You could have your partner move the trap as well. That's cool. Looks as if you could maybe hit confirm that. Doesn't look like it actually does damage. It just looks as if it's crowd control, right? CC them for a moment to run in and combo them or mix them up. I don't remember if the roll is universal or if that's just an Echo thing. It might just be an Echo thing. Did Darius armor through that? I don't see any kind of armor flash, though. Oh, no, he totally armored through that. Oh, no, look, he did. See the blue? Blue, he did the blue tackle. Armored through it. I'm trying to figure out when it goes into the launcher, though. Because I thought those were two separate moves. Maybe... Maybe you just canceled it as soon as it hit, and then you didn't really see the startup for the next attack because of all of the particle effects going on. Because this must have been the impact frame of the armor move, right? Wait, no. Jinx is fine. So maybe that is the same move. Maybe it actually changes the move's properties if you get hit by something during the armor. It could be that. Is that a breaker? Yeah, that's a breaker. Wasn't as big as the breaker we saw Darius do, so maybe maybe there are different levels of it. Wow, comboing after the breaker because Jinx just falls straight down. That's weird. It sounds like it could be a little tilting if you're doing a combo and then they just do a breaker and then they combo you. Might be a cross up. Yeah, I think that is because Jinx is facing this way, so that's a cross up. It looks as if he did some kind of cancel there. Like, it's a green effect. Oh, wait, he was the assist. Yeah, okay. I forgot he was the assist for a moment, and I was thinking maybe it was like some kind of Roman cancel. See, again, they did that assist jump. Maybe you can actually just choose what kind of thing the assist does. Like, maybe if you hold up and press assist, they automatically spawn in with the jump. But if that were the case, I don't know why they would be green. Maybe it's just letting the player know you have control over the assist as soon as they turn green. So that way when you do the up assist, you know that you can start comboing in the air immediately. Because it seems weird. It would seem weird if they intended for you to cancel the assist frame one consistently, because that would be kind of challenging for a universal general mechanic, right? Jinx seems kind of floaty, which makes sense. That into that.
All right, let's break down some of the things you.
Oh, I just did it. Let's see if I'm right.
Which will call your point, and your assist champion can set up some killer combos using all of our tag systems.
Is this the same footage?
But for today, I want to focus on 3 of them: assist actions, handshake tag, and dynamic save.
Handshake. Oh, I think dynamic save was doing a breaker with the assist. I don't think I caught that. Did they call it? They just said assists, right?
3 of them: assist action.
Yeah, regular old assist.
Handshake.
Handshake tag is switching, like tagging out during an assist, right?
And dynamic save.
Dynamic save is the different one.
These names aren't locked, so they may be called something different the next time you see them. Assist actions are your bread and butter, and each champion has 2 they can perform from off screen.
2, okay.
You can even hold the input to get a charged assist.
So, I don't know if I've... Maybe it's like this in Skullgirls or something, right? But I don't think I've ever played a tag game in which the assist could be one of 2 different things that you didn't have to fully lock in. Like for example, in Marvel 3, you have 3 different assists, but you have to choose one at the start on the character select screen. And that is the only assist they can do for the whole match, right? So I don't know how you would choose between 2 different moves for an assist mid-match. Maybe you could just hold a direction, one direction or another direction, right? Because I've played Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite, and Power Rangers. That's my experience with tag games. So if this is a reminiscent of any other kind of tag games that I haven't played, but you guys know about, let me know in the comments.
Handshake tag lets you immediately swap between your point and assist champions as long as they're both on screen.
Yeah.
Combined with assist actions, it also lets you set up some really powerful pressure sequences.
Yeah.
You can even use these to extend your combos as well. The last tag system I want to talk about today is Dynamic Save, Project L's combo breaker. At the start of each match, you have access to your Dynamic Save ability. Dynamic Save lets you call your assist.
So it doesn't require meter, right? He's implying that unless you start with meter, it's implying that it doesn't cost meter since you have access to it at the start. So maybe it's a one-time thing.
Dynamic Save lets you call your assist champion on screen in an attempt to save your point champion. If successful, the results can be explosive. But be careful about timing your Dynamic Save because it can be countered if you're being too.
Yep, you can bait it out. Good.
There's still more to uncover about our gameplay, but that's all we're ready to share for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll hand things back to Tom to say goodbye.
Wow, they straight up put Street Fighter on here.
We're pretty pumped about how things are coming together, and I hope you are too.
Are they allowed to do that?
Anyways, let us know what you think. Also, thanks to all the tournament organizers who met with us at EVO last summer to share your thoughts, feelings, and hopes for Project L's community and competitive scene. We're making this game with you in mind, and we want to empower you to keep pushing our community forward. Finally, for those of you out there looking to get into fighting games for the first time, try finding a local scene in your area.
I don't have a local scene.
Things are way better when they're enjoyed with friends. FGC folks, help the new folks out by sharing your links in the comments.
Wait,
Thanks so
what?
much for everything.
So this was posted on Twitter. This was made to be a Twitter video. So I think when he's saying post your links in the comments, he's talking to Twitter, not YouTube, because if you try posting a link in a comment on YouTube, the comment gets zapped. So
Thanks so much for
I think it's safe to assume that.
Stay tuned for more next year.
I wonder if I should put this video in the Twitter comments then.
Your links in the comments. Thanks so much for everything, and stay tuned for more next
Let me make sure I actually saw everything. Okay, so for anyone still watching, thank you for listening to me for 30 minutes talking about a video that was only 6 minutes long. I did not think it would go for 30 minutes. So anyways, looking forward to it, very excited. My one downside still is that it's not going to have motion inputs. I know that's not really a big deal for most people, but after playing Power Rangers for a long time, I started to miss motion inputs, and then I would specifically go back to other fighting games every now and then just so I could do motion inputs before getting back to Power Rangers. So I'm still thinking Street Fighter 6 is going to be my main fighting game for the next gen of fighting games. And also, that reminds me, the Street Fighter 6 second beta test is coming up soon, so I will definitely be covering as much of that as possible, and I might make a follow-up beta test impressions video, because I already have a beta test impressions video for Street Fighter 6 for the first beta. So if it's significantly different for the second one, I'll be doing a follow-up video. And I think that's all I have to say for now. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and bye for now.